Good morning. Hello, everybody. My name is Alexa Newman. I am a librarian here at the Algonquin Library, and I'm also a certified yoga instructor. I am coming to you today with our latest Yin Yoga class. For those of you that are newer to yoga, Yin is a very slow practice. It's floor-based, and we depend pretty heavily on props, and we hold poses typically at least 3 minutes. Please, have props handy. They are there to aid you and help extend stretch your limbs and help work on your mobility. It's not cheating. It is what most experienced yogis use props when they are needed. As you can see, I'm actually using some blocks right now under my knees. I'm sitting on a couple of folded towels to help raise me a little bit. I've got my bolster over here. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a pillow or a furniture cushion, something that's firm. And another helpful prop is a yoga strap if you have one of those. If you don't have a strap, you could use like a webbed belt or a webbed white or dog leash, something like that. You can purchase these pretty inexpensively, both online and at stores like Five Below, for example, has a lot of yoga supplies that are pretty inexpensive and are great for beginners. So with that being said, I would like you to come into an easy seated position of your choice that is comfortable for you. Crisscross applesauce if that is available to you, and if not, find a position that is comfortable for you. I ask that you turn your palms facing upwards and keep them open. I want you to sit straight. I don't want you holding forward, slouching, but relaxed. So straight, release the shoulders, wiggle your head a little bit, and close your eyes. And begin to breathe in and out through your mouth. And we are going to have our opening meditation. If you look closely at classical statues of the Buddha or at faces of Renaissance Madonnas, like the Mona Lisa, you'll notice a half smile. This signifies a blend of both tranquility and joy. Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a renowned meditation teacher, suggests that you can actually lift your mood and restore your innate happiness by smiling consciously, even when your spirits are low. A tiny bud of a smile on our lips nourishes our awareness and calms us miraculously, he writes in his book, Peace is Every Step. It returns us to the peace we thought we had lost. Contemporary scientific research actually agrees with this. It indicates that smiling relaxes our muscles throughout our bodies and has the same effect on the nervous system as real joy. Besides, smiling also encourages others to smile and be happy. So here are a few brief instructions for practicing that half smile. Take a few moments right now to form your lips into a half smile. Now notice how other parts of your body begin to respond. Does your belly relax? Does your back naturally straighten just a little bit? Does your mood change in subtle ways? Notice also if you have any resistance to smiling when you really don't feel like it. And we're going to just try and hold this small, gentle half smile for a few minutes here. If your face starts to droop and you start to lose that smile, just come back to it. Start to slowly relax, release all of your muscles. Let go, relax your feet. Relax your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your glutes. Relax your back, your shoulders. Relax your arms and your neck. Relax the muscles in your face. Are you ready? Open your eyes. And we're going to begin. We're going to start our practice in child's pose. And move this stuff out of the way. For child's pose, we're going to begin, and today there are many variations of child's pose. Our first variation today, we're just going to have our knees and shoulder width apart. And then we slowly come back towards our heels and we stretch our arms out in front of us. And then we bring our bottoms down so we're sitting on our heels as close as we can. If you can't actually touch your heels, that's okay. And if it's available to you, you can put your forehead on the floor. Okay, let's come up into a tabletop position. The next pose we're going to go into, we haven't done for a while here. So what I want you to do is it's called a toe squat. We're going to kind of tuck our toes under, and we're going to try and sit on our heels. Now, if this isn't available to you, or if it's painful, there are a lot of different tricks we can do, including, like, see, I'm rolling up actually a towel to kind of put in between my knees as I come back. It's not catching there, so I think I need to position the towel a little bit differently. So I'm going to roll it up, open it up, roll it up. There we go. And say for each of us, we have different strengths and weaknesses. And for me, I've always had a hard time actually sitting on my heels and going all the way back. So for me, that's about as far back as I can go. I want you to try and have your back as straight up and down as you can. You can see I'm kind of leaning forward. That's not optimal. Actually being straight is better. But I'm actually feeling quite a bit of a stretch in there, which is good, because that means I am actually working on those front muscles, which are very, very tight. Remember, we're going to try and smile, if you can. Go all the way down and have your hands on your thighs. And if you can't do this at all, I used to have to actually, when I started yoga, I had to do this pose, just basically kneeling. I couldn't go back at all. So yoga is a lifelong practice. And we measure it in baby steps. And if it's too painful to actually have your toes bent, you can also have your feet flat on the ground. But one of the goals is trying to get a little bit of stretch along the bottoms of those feet as well. Okay. Come back up to a kneeling position. And our next pose is actually half child's pose. So what we're going to do, it's better to be facing the long edge of your mat for this. And if you're feeling a lot of pressure on your knee, you might want to, once again, put a towel under your knee there to catch it. What we're going to do, and I think I need to go a little bit further this direction, is very similar to child's pose, except we're going to have one foot out. And then we come down and try and sit on our heel again. And stretch our arms out in front of us and bring our foreheads to the floor. I want you to work on relaxing those muscles. Don't tense everything up. Try and relax your glutes, relax the muscles in your inner thighs, relax the outer muscles, those IT bands. Let go. Remember to breathe. Remember to smile. Sometimes when we are struggling, we tend to hold our breath, and that goes counter to what we actually are wanting to do in this practice, is to actually work on our breathing and help lower our blood pressure and just bring ourselves a greater sense of calm. So just hang on here for a few more seconds. Okay, begin to rise up. Let's bring that leg in. Come back a little bit. Let's do some just nice little circles with our hips. Come to stillness. And then we're going to extend the other leg out to the side. Now when you're ready, come down to your elbows. Sit back. Bring your head to the floor. Often it sometimes helps to keep your hands open, kind of in a jazz hand that kind of spreads out. and distributes your weight a little bit more evenly in your balance. Where are you feeling the stretch? Where are you feeling the pull? I just raised up a little bit so I could actually look at the camera and talk to you. Where are you noticing it? Are you noticing it on the inside here? Are your muscles maybe wiggling and wobbling a little bit? If that's happening, try and relax and ride out that wobble. Don't fight it. Don't clench up and tense, because what's most likely going to happen is that your muscles are getting ready to say, oh, we're going to open up a little bit more, and you'll sink further into that stretch. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Keep that half smile going. All right, let's come on up. Back to tabletop. And our next pose is going to be a broken wing. We have done this before, but for those of you that need a reminder, it's a little bit, it looks complicated, but once we get into it, it's actually pretty easy. So you might want to watch me before you go into it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we start on our bellies, okay? And bring our arms out in a T. And then what we're going to do is roll up this direction, have the one arm out, and we bring the top leg up and bent, okay? And you can keep your ear on the floor. You can keep your top arm here. If you want to actually deepen the stretch, you can bring that arm, top arm out and clasp your hands behind you, and that will deepen that stretch in the shoulders. Remember to breathe in and out gently from your diaphragm. If it's difficult for you to get your ear to the floor, use a block, use a towel to elevate it a little bit. Try to remember to keep that little half smile. Okay. Roll back down so your face is facing the floor. Wiggle just a little bit, wiggle those shoulders, do a little shimmy. Reposition your body so that everything is even on the floor. I'm going to rotate, but you don't need to. I'm just rotating so my face is going to be facing the camera. There we go. Okay, now, same thing. Lay face on the floor, face down. And then we're going to roll up on the opposite side with the arm behind. And bring up that back leg. Like I said, if you want tall, pressed on, that's perfectly acceptable. We don't want any pinched nerves. We don't want strain or pain. We just want to get a good stretch. Now I need to actually reposition just a little bit. My arm was not turned completely correctly. So don't be nervous to reposition yourself. And once you've found your pose, allow your muscles to relax and release. Breathe in and out, slowly and steadily through your nose. Your breath should be coming from your diaphragm, just deep down in your belly. Smile just a little bit, that little half smile. Relax all those muscles in your face. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Relax your belly. Relax the glutes. One of the aspects of a yoga practice is honoring symmetry. So if we stretch in one direction, we then want to counter and stretch in the opposite direction. We honor left and right, front and back, so that we are working our entire body. Okay. You have those hands clasped behind you. Release them. We're going to roll back down to the floor, stomach on the floor, face down. Let's push up into a tabletop. Our next pose is going to be called swan, yin, or pigeon. Probably the easiest way to get into this pose I have found is to actually push ourselves up into downward facing dog. Bring yourself up, stretch back, heels a little bit, cuddle our legs out just for a moment. Feel that stretch, that's really nice. Now what we're going to do is lift up one of our legs, bend that knee, and we're going to bring it forward and up towards our hands through our legs. We're going to bring the foot out so it's crossed, and then we're going to slide our straight leg back, and we are going to come forward over that knee. And you shouldn't be rotated out like this. I'm doing it just so I can actually see the camera. We should have it straight like that. So we're on our knee, straight up, and we've got the stretch here. Now you can be straight up like this. You can actually bring your bolster around, if that's helpful, to rest on your bolster. And if this position is not available to you at all because of knee issues, you can actually lay on your back and bring one leg down and bring the leg, grab your foot and pull it forward this way. And it is the same pose, we're just doing it in the inverse position. Okay? All right, so we've been here in swan for a few moments. We are now going to extend this just a little bit into a stretch. And we're doing that by extending the bottom arm out towards our foot and bringing the top arm over our shoulder. And you'll probably feel like a giant pretzel. Let's come out of that twist. Bring ourselves back into traditional swan. Okay, push up, and to come back around. Bring those feet out, bring yourself back into a tabletop. Let's do a couple Cat and cows. Cow, we drop our stomachs down, squeeze it back out. Cat, we arch it up, drop our heads. Do a nice stretch in that spine. Okay, now back to neutral. Now, we're going to tuck those toes under and we're going to push up and back into down dog again. Drop those heels a little bit. Pull your tushy back towards the wall behind you. Bend those knees one and the other. Come back. Look back towards your toes. Now lift up the opposite leg. Bend that knee. Bring it forward and up towards your hands. Cross that foot. And we're going to slide the back leg out. And then come forward as far as is comfortable for you. If that's up here, that's fine. It's a full pose for you. If it's down on your elbows, that's great. If you want to come all the way down towards the floor, that's fabulous. But do whatever is speaking to you and follow your own truth. Once you're here, remember to relax. Release those muscles that are trying to tighten up, that are tensing, clenching. Are you breathing? Are you smiling? And we're going to extend into the stretch if you are feeling that. So take opposite arm, reach it out towards your foot, and then grab around the back. If it's not comfortable to have your head down, bring a pillow, a block. Okay, let's untwist, reposition yourself if needed, and then come back into traditional swan. Okay, we're going to begin to rise up, pull those knees back. So once again, we are in tabletop. Once again, do some cat and cows, cycle through to the rhythm of your own breath. Okay. We're going to turn around. We're going to do a variation of the fish pose. For this position, we start in seated with our legs extended. I want you to wiggle yourself just a little bit until you can actually feel those bones that we sit on settling in evenly on the floor. That's the first step. We're going to do that behind me, out of the way. We're going to take our hands and we're going to put them behind us, palm side down, and we're going to actually sit on our fingers if we can. And we're going to come back onto our elbows. And here's where it gets a little bit different than traditional fish. We're going to bring our knees up and our feet bottoms together. And we're going to drop those knees out into butterfly. And then if you are comfortable, you can drop your head back and allow your head to look towards the wall behind you. Relax, release the muscles. Let go of the muscles in your knees, surround them, relax your calves, relax your thighs, both the insides, the outsides, the tops and the bottoms. Relax your glutes. Relax the muscles in your pelvic floor. Are you breathing deeply in and out through your nose? The breath reaching all the way down to your belly button. Relax your shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. If it's not comfortable to have your head falling back, that's okay. You can touch it with your chin. When you let the head fall back, that just extends the back bone a little bit deeper. Since we're on our elbows, it's a supported back bend. Letting our knees fall off the sides as a hip opener. This is actually a very active pose. We are activating all of our chakras in this pose. Everything's being open and stimulated. Okay. You to extend your legs, bring yourself up to a seated position. Wiggle again, get those tailbones adjusted. We're going to now counter that back bend with a forward fold. It's called staff or caterpillar. When we lean forward, it's always a good idea to have a little bit of a micro bend in your knees. They don't need to be bent up high, but don't block your knees. For those of us that hyperextend, that actually can be an issue. We don't want to lead to injury. So you can always roll up a towel and put a little towel under your knees, and that'll help alleviate the locking. Now with this pose, if you have a strap, you can use it for the assist, but you don't have to have it. What we're going to do is we're going to pull forward and reach towards our toes. Now if you can't reach your toes, and you don't have a strap, you can always grab your ankles or whatever part of your body close to the toes is comfortable for you. If you have a strap, you can take it and put it around the bone mounts of your feet, and then you can move forward as far as is comfortable, and you grab onto the strap there, and then allow your arms to just hang and loosen, and allow your body to lever you into your fold. And you can allow your head to come as far forward as is comfortable. Now, if you're super flexible, you can reach your toes. You might want to place your fingers in between your toes, and that gives you a kind of a nice massage. Or if you want to extend it even further, you can grab a block. With the block, your position is a little bit behind your feet. And then that deepens the stretch a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go with placing my fingers through my toes tonight. Where are we at time-wise? With each inhale, you may raise up a little bit, and each exhale, you may then find yourself coming a little bit closer towards your knees. And slowly sit up. Our next pose is kind of a lead up to a shoulder stand, which is a really super fun pose. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our bolster or a pillow or folded towels, something along those lines. And then we're going to actually start by sitting on the bolster, and we're going to lay back. And your tushy should be firmly on the bolster. And then we lift our legs up. So you should be feeling your hips still on the bolster. The small of your back is in the air or leaning against the edge of the bolster. And then your rib cage, your shoulders, your head are on the floor. Okay? And then to extend the stretch, you can stretch your arms out in front of you with your palms facing the ceiling. Breathe in and out through your nose. Try and keep that gentle half smile on your face. Try and relax all of your muscles. Muscles in your legs should not be tense. They should be relaxed and loose. And it's just by balance of how our pelvis is balanced on the cushion that our legs are just still elevated in the air. This is an inversion pose. It's very good for restoration. It's considered restorative. It's a really good way to boost your energy quickly. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Okay. You can now remove that bolster. Bring it out under us. Our final pose is a variation on a supine twist, which is basically a laying down twist. So what I want you to do, feet bottoms split on the floor with your knees bent, your arms out to the side. We're going to drop. Actually, we're going to cross our ankle over our knee. So in my case, I've got my left ankle over my right knee. And then I'm going to drop everything down to the floor. I'm going to try and have both knees on the floor, but with that foot on the knee. And this is a more difficult twist. If you can't do that, it's okay. Uncross and just have the two knees down towards the floor. But if you want to extend it, cross that ankle over, and then the weight of your foot will actually help pull that knee towards the floor. And you'll get a really nice stretch on the outside of that top leg. Release that knee, bring it down. Bring the knees back up. Feet bottoms flat on the floor. Reposition yourself. So you have to lift your tushy up a little bit, that's okay. You have to reposition your shoulders. Stretch those arms out over our heads for a moment. Stretch those feet out. Push towards the opposite walls. And then we're going to come back. Feet bottoms on the floor, knees bent. Extend the arms out in a T. And this time I'm going to cross my right foot over my left knee. And I'm going to drop down towards the floor. The goal is to have both knees on the floor. When that right foot is on the left knee, just give a little bit of extra leverage to pull that stretch in a little bit more. You can look up towards the ceiling, or you can allow your shoulder to drop, or your ear to drop towards your shoulder in the opposite direction of your knees. As you relax and release all those muscles, you'll feel it, the stretch deepening. Feel the stretch all along here, along the outside of your leg. Okay. Uncross those legs, bring those knees back up, feet bottoms flat on the floor. Once again, lift to reposition yourself. And we're going to transition into Shavasana, which is our final meditation and pose for the day. So at this point, you can put on your socks, your sweater, grab a blanket, whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. Traditional Shavasana, legs are flat, spread out towards opposite edges of the mat. Palms are down by your sides, or hands are down by your sides with your palms facing up. Make this pose your own, and we're going to have some reflection time. Our closing meditation is working about softening our belly. And why would we want to do that, you ask? Stephen Levine, who is an American meditation teacher and an author on several books on healing with awareness, explains to us that the state of our belly reflects the state of our heart. By consciously softening the muscles here in our belly over and over, we can learn to let go and open up to the tender feelings in our hearts. So we're going to begin by taking a few deep breaths. I want you to allow your awareness to settle into your body. Allow this awareness to move, migrate, descend towards your belly as you gently soften this area. Release all those muscles. Release the muscles in your glutes, in your back. Loosen your shoulder. Feel that small of the back melting into the floor. Your belly button, imagine it's being drawn down through to the next level. Now allow your breath to enter your belly. When you inhale, your abdomen rises. When you exhale, it falls. With each and every breath, continue to soften. I encourage you to let go of any anger, fear, pain, or unresolved grief you may be holding in your belly. Acknowledge it, recognize it, and let those feelings go. As you continue to soften, bring your attention also to your heart and see how it is responding. Is it softening? Is it opening? Let's begin to wiggle those fingers and toes. Maybe make some gentle circles with your wrists and your ankles. Start to bring your awareness back up. When you're ready, I want you to roll onto your side. Bring your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze, a nice hug. And slowly, gently, bring yourself up to an easy seated position. And ready, we'll extend our hands out to our sides. We're going to do 3 rounds of sun breath, raising our hands over our heads and back down. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. On our last inhale, we're going to stop up at the top. Capture some happiness, some light, some joy. Bring it through our vision center down to our hearts. The light in me sees the light in me. I honor you as you honor me. That is a translation of the word namaste. I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I wish you well, health, happiness, and joy. Try to keep that smile on your face. I wish you, once again, all happiness in your day. Namaste, everybody.